guys, welcome back to my video web series, Things Your Mama Never Told You. So we're doing part 2 of AWS, CWS. So here goes. So last time I left off at, my ex Satin and being abusive. But let me tell you exactly what he did. He presented himself as a person who has a lot of dreams, who is ambitious, and that's what I fell in love with, okay? With the ambition. And then, I'm one of those women who is fiercely independent. So for me to, yes, I've had guys take care of me and stuff, but, that is very uncomfortable for me, It's uncomfortable for me because I'm not used to that. So when he told me that, okay, yes, he wants a partnership and, we work together, I'm like, okay, cool, that is right up my alley. So I supported him financially, spiritually. I used to use my links because he has a best friend who's an artist, breaking into the hip hop world. And, I hooked him up with Ice-T's beat maker. I used to get discounts on hotels for everybody to come down. I used to tell all my friends in Miami about whatever concerts, whatever parties, and I used to pack them out supportive. I used to be out there handing out flyers. I would flirt to get people to support, buy CDs, all that good stuff. I'm that girl, okay? And that is what makes me a catch. Not my looks, because I think I'm gorgeous as hell, even though I'm a thick girl. Well, not as thick as before because, I had surgery. But that's what makes me a catch, because whatever dreams that you have, I'm gonna find a way to support you. And if I'm the type of person, if you're successful, that means we're successful. But he did not appreciate that. He lived off to me. He did not want to work at all. And anybody who you have to beg to help you pay our bills, I did not even ask him to support me fully, but get a job and help me support us. But instead, he would rather watch me struggle to pay bills and live off of me. And then when when the bills would get ahead of me, or, I would have like roommate situations where, okay, she wasn't paying the rent, so we're getting evicted. He would leave me high and dry, go back to his family where I have to struggle to find somewhere to live. And once again, I'm here thinking that all of that would change. Every time he would come back, it would change. But it never did. Actually, he actually used me to get one of his family's homes. And here's another point that I forgot to mention in my last chapter about, with the red flags and in your face. See, a man's family knows him well, okay? And you need to take heed to what they say. And his family, his cousins, his aunts, beautiful family. And they would ask me, what do you see in him? I'm like, oh my God, you're such assholes. And instead of saying, okay, you know what, let me sit back and look. I just went along, and I'm like, and I saw what I wanted to see. And once again, he knew, see, this is how manipulating he was, because, he was a narcissist, so he was very manipulating. But also, I want to let you know that my self-esteem was in the gutter. And, a narcissist and a predator preys on all of that so to get everything that they want. I'm not saying that it is a great thing, but that's what they do. Okay, and And then you're already in a low place, and then guess what? They tear you down even more. And then they do the gaslighting because they make it seem like it's you and it's your fault. And once again, in your face chapter, I was busy jumping through hoops because, I was doing my very best not to be those women. And I'm telling you, every time we separated, I always did better. So I always did better without him. So that was the universe telling me, hey, stupid, wake up. He's not for you. But no, I was so determined to make it work and make it be successful and make it work with him when it wasn't meant to be. Put it down. Sorry, I was talking to my little one. So anyway, he knew that his family liked me and not like him. His family is very prominent in Miami. It's a lot of beautiful history. He comes from very good pedigree, I gotta tell you, and so do I. Trust me. But very, very great, rich history behind his family, and his grandfather built many homes. So he presented us as a united front to his family, especially his mother. His mother controlled the entire estate, and his grandfather built like 6 homes. And he asked his mother if him and I can have one of those homes to start a life in. And she said, okay, sure. And I should have known better, because then I got rid of any other possibility because other people offered me places to stay. I could have gotten my own apartment, but no, I gave all that up so that I could make a life with him. But unfortunately, when I moved in, I had no other options. What he started doing, he said, oh, this is my house. You need to get out. You need to find someplace else to live. Oh, I never wanted you here in the first place. And I'm like, then why did you present? You couldn't have gotten this house without me. So me, being the logical person that I am, he was like, get out, get out, get out. Guess what? I got out. I left. Why'd you leave? Because you said so. Oh, I didn't mean it. I'm not gonna be one of those women who allows you to keep talking to me anyway and not believe it. If you said it, I'm going to believe it. Period. So once again, I tried it. So you know what? The very last time we tried to live with each other again, and he finally got a job. So you would think that he would say, even if he didn't want me anymore, you would think that he would say, well, you know what, Dawn, you did so much for me. You know what? Why don't you stay here? Why don't you just recover? I'll take care of everything. No, he got a good job. He started downing me, saying, oh, I make more money than you. And I'm like, okay, then pay all the bills. Oh, well, you got a dead-end job. And I was like, well, this dead-end job supported us for many years. And I'm like, you know what? To hell with this. Screw you. I am done, and I'm done for good. And guess what? 6 months later, after I walked out on him, I closed on my home. And you know what's so interesting, too? This is how evil he was. But I think this is hilarious, because this is something, I wouldn't do this, but you know what? A really bitter person would do this. But when I left him, and I wrote him a little FU note, left the key on the table, and I told him to stay the F out my life, he put my name and number on Craigslist. That's when Craigslist was really big. He put my name and number on Craigslist and advertised me as a prostitute. How I found out? Because I got a lot of phone calls asking me how much. I'm like, how much for what? You know. No, I don't know. Oh, you got an ad out. What's the ad about? Sex. Oh, no. This ain't that kind of party. No. Well, now that I think about it, it is hilarious, and that's a really great way to get revenge on somebody. But at the time, it really wasn't funny. I was like, oh my God, he advertised me as a prostitute. But thank goodness, we never had any pictures together. So, basically, and then, of course, after him, I had all these false starts where, guys would say, yes, I want a relationship, yes. And then you're like, okay, why aren't you doing the things that, make us in a relationship? Oh yeah, it's soon. Oh yeah, it's soon. And then when I start, I'm like, listen, this is not a relationship. Oh well, let's take it slow. Or let's just have some fun and see where it goes. And in my experience, it goes nowhere. And let me mention this, okay? The reason why I'm telling you all about my heartache is this. Because each time I get my heart broken or get disappointed, it is another chip. It's just another ding, and it kind of chips away at your self-esteem, because you're like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? What's going on with me? Why can I not attract a good guy and a guy who's going to do the right thing? And on top of all that, through my depression, and thank God I had a great therapist. Thank God I had a great therapist who helped me work through it, and helped me dig up and help me recognize where I'm going wrong and what was wrong with me and what was going on inside of me. I think I would have committed suicide, because it's like one after the other and after the other. And listen, I know I love my family very much, and I know that they mean well, but when I was 40 years old, everybody's like, well, what's going on? You don't have a boyfriend? What's going on? How come you haven't gotten married? When are you going to have your children? I'm like, well, I need a BMW. I need a black man working. And I'm not finding that. And oh, girl, you're such a pretty child. Oh, girl. And I'm like, yeah, you're not helping. And the worst thing was going to the weddings single, and everybody pulling me up to catch this dang bouquet. Let me tell you guys, don't do that, especially to a 40-year-old. Please don't do that, because it is embarrassing, to say the least. It is very embarrassing, because me catching the bouquet is not going to guarantee that I'm going to be the next one getting married. It might not. But friends and family, don't do that to your single people, because it is embarrassing, and it puts our singleness on display for everybody to see. I mean, at one wedding, my cousin told the DJ to announce me, and he announced me with my full government name. Dawn Heather Drayton, report to the dance floor. And I'm like, oh my God, I just shrunk and just hid under the table, man, because that really was embarrassing. So that's embarrassing, but that's what you go through. And you go through all these different emotions and all these different phases in your life: the angry phase, the upset phase, the sad phase, the depressed phase. You watching TV and you're watching these shows and you're like, oh my God, this bitch got a good man and I can't even find one. I would be watching My 600-Pound Life and I'm like, oh my God, this 600-pound woman is married, and no, the guy is not just in it for the money. This guy actually loves her. He goes out, he works, he buys all the food, he pays all the bills, and he is madly in love with her. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, I'm a little overweight, but damn it, man, why can't I find my prince? But I had to work on me. So, and I'm glad I did that, because no matter what, I still was the common denominator, no matter how much I've been dogged out. So, basically, this is my story. This is how I came out. This is the reason why I ended up getting married and having a baby later on in life, because of choices. And yes, I did make a lot of mistakes. I did choose wrong. According to Patty Stanger from Millionaire Matchmaker, my picker was off. And I had to work on that, and I had to work on me. So, therefore, in my last video, when I was calling out the Kevin Samuel minions. I forgot to read a remark one guy said, "Oh well, you settled for a friend, somebody in the friend zone to you settled for somebody in the friend zone." And I'm like, and I feel like this. I'm like, where the hell did you grow up? You know, friendship, respect and friendship is the foundation to any good relationship. How can you not be friends with your mate? So I'm glad if this is settling, then listen, I came up, I settled big. So, and I am madly in love with my husband. So, hey. So, you may agree, you may disagree, but this is my story. I'm putting it out there. And yes, I am letting everyone know, man, woman, child, whatever. I am telling my truth so that you know that you're not alone. So I did find my Prince Charming, and happily ever does exist. So thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned for more chapters. Bye-bye.